Well, let's get into this thing, ladies and gents. We've been excited about him since he signed here this offseason. We know we've been watching him cook up. We just dropped a film session on him, showing off the physicality that he plays with. We talking about the cat that came into the league in 2016 as a sixth rounder when he was selected, 214 pick overall by the New England Patriots out of the University of Houston. And when he came into this league, man, he went on to be a two-time Super Bowl champion. We working on that third one this season, by the way. And he is in his 8th season in the league right now. So I'm talking about the one and only number 50, Elandon Roberts. E-Rob, baby, talk to me, man. How we living over there?
Man, how y'all doing, man? Hey, it's all good.
Man, let's
Glad to
go.
be on, talk a little football.
No doubt, man. So obviously I'm most, man. I got my man Deke with me as well. But
Word.
But if you could, man, just talk about how have you been adjusting to being here in Pittsburgh, man. Obviously you've been here for a little while now over the summer and stuff. A little bit different than your last stomping grounds.
Yeah, a little bit different, man. It be like 40 degrees when I wake up in the morning. But it's been all good, man. It warms up throughout the day, and the adjustment been good, man. Team been real good, man. Just tying it in week by week, man. Stacking bricks.
Nah, big facts on that. And speaking of stacking, man, we did see y'all finally come off of that first victory as well, man, in prime time. And you was out there knocking people's heads off as well, man. So how you feeling coming off of the first victory of the season, your first time in the black and gold in the regular season?
Man, it feels good. We as a defense, we have a long way to go, but it's always good to make corrections off a win. Because you just identify a lot of things, but you identifying it off a win instead of identifying it off a loss.
No, big facts on that.
With you being your former players, you know how that field can go. So, it's the second game of the season, man. We got a long way to go, but at the same time, as long as you hit them strides throughout the season, that's all you know what I'm saying, you can go for, So that's why we take it week by week and stuff like that and don't look too far ahead.
Nah, respect on that, man. Definitely like that. Now, I do want to bounce back a little bit, man, and just talk a little bit about your free agency experience. We know you were coming off of your most productive season as an individual, this past year in Miami. So if you could, man, just talk about what was appealing to you about Pittsburgh and why you chose to come here, and if you had any other, teams that you were considering going to.
Yeah, I had quite a few teams, but I wanted to make sure, being in your 8th year, sometimes it's not all about the money. It's about right fit, because you go to the wrong fit, it can kind of mess you up, just being, in the year starting to stack on. So it wasn't about that with me. I wanted to go around the right fit. I wanted to make sure I was around the right culture. I wanted to make sure I was around the right organization to be able to compete for a Super Bowl. That was real big with me going into free agency and whatnot. And when Mike T called, and we was able to get everything together, it was kind of like, okay, bet, like, this is why I want to go. To be honest, every other team was just in the back burner because I always wanted to be a part of a legendary organization. I had a chance to get drafted by one with the New England Patriots and then going to the Dolphins. And, after my experience at the Dolphins, and I, tip my hat off to them all the time. It was a great 3 years. I respect everyone in that organization from top to bottom. But when it came down to it, I was ready to get back to, what I'm saying, like, foundation, and not saying that they don't have foundation, but this Pittsburgh is a foundation I always wanted to be a part of. So when I got the opportunity, it was like, not second guessing it at all. I took advantage of it.
Nah, respect, man. I'm just laughing to myself because you talking like a whole vet. When he said, yeah, in year 8, I'm making sure that I choose the right situation. I'm making sure that it's a fit. I'm making sure that we win. I'm like, yup, I respect it. I like the style, baby. I like it, man. You know what time it is.
Exactly.
Already.
What did Coach T say to you as to why they were looking at you to come here? Like, why did he think it was a good fit?
Well, I've always knew since I got drafted that through my draft process, I always knew me and Coach Mike T started started a relationship way back then. So I always knew that they was attracted to me and whatnot, and I always knew if the opportunity to present itself that what I'm saying, I would have been a Pittsburgh Steeler. And hey, it took 7 years, but
Better
the
late than never,
opportunity,
man.
yeah, exactly. The opportunity came, man, and it's just it's been enjoyable, man. The team's been good, the organization been good, man. Just being around these guys defensively has been great, man. I'm enjoying my linebacker room, stuff like that. My linebacker coach AC is doing a tremendous job with us and whatnot, and TA as a DC is keeping us what I'm saying, focused on what we need to do week in and week out.
Now, can you compare and contrast your time
Say
in
it
New
again.
England, your time in Pittsburgh? I guess you could even talk about the coaches, Tomlin, Belichick.
Yeah, man. When you know, I enjoyed my time in New England, my 4 years. I think a lot of people were surprised when I left, but I enjoyed my time because of it gave me the opportunity not to um just be a good football player, but be a great uh, uh like a great um asset to
Mm.
what the game brings. Because you can get out there and just do X's and O's and this and that, but you got to understand how teams are attacking you. You got to understand okay, if I'm playing against a guy like last week when we played against Kevin, that's an Andy Reid tree.
Mm.
So you know what you're going to get from them type of coaches. Well, Shanahan the first year, they relate to the Mike McDaniels at
Talk
the
that
Dolphins,
talk.
the
Okay.
Arthur
Okay.
at the Falcons. So New England taught me how to study film from that
Yeah.
perspective, like what are teams are going to try to,
Philosophies
what
and
I'm
stuff.
saying, try to
Yeah.
attack me in certain
Mm-hmm.
situations and stuff like that. So New England, Bill Belichick, man, I tip my hat off to him, man. Uh, this this guy's a genius. Bill have his ways, but at the same time, he's a goat.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And he's one of the best brains I've been around. And then, at my young career, I was able to. Brian Flores was my position
Shout
coach
out
when
the
I got
flow.
drafted
Yeah.
to the New England Patriots. So it was a big surprise to like the Patriots when I left, but it wasn't a big surprise to people in my circle because they knew how close me and Flo was.
Yeah.
So I was ready to go to Miami and build that defense with him and that team and do what we needed to do and stuff like that. And obviously, my last year there was with Mike McDaniel. It was a great experience with Mike. Mike is a intelligent brain when it comes to that offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
He do a great job of leading people. It's just hats off to them, man. They didn't start it off hot, having a great season, man. I'm still rooting them guys on and stuff like that. So and whatnot. It was just like I said, man, in this league, things change every year and stuff like that. And it was just time. It was just my time. And with that, I had the opportunity to become a Pittsburgh Steeler in the place that I always wanted to be. So it all worked out in the best. But for New England and Miami, man, I got the utmost respect for them guys, and especially New England, man. I won 2 Super Bowls and went to 3. So I
Right
couldn't
out
have
the
started my
gate, bro.
career off.
Crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't could start my career off anyway. I couldn't write it up anyway
Yeah.
better. So yes, man, I'm always very humble when I speak about them two organizations.
Now, you mentioned yourself going to Super Bowls, winning Super Bowls, but you also, when talking about this Steelers team, you said you think this team could get to a Super Bowl. What do you like most about this squad?
See, because a lot of people, they look at the flash players, they look at this, they look at that, but you have to have a foundation first. If you don't have a foundation, man, it's hard to win a Super Bowl. It's like teams that you see in the Super Bowl and then you don't even see them in the playoffs for 8 years
Mm.
and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's no shot at Atlanta, but I played against them in the Super Bowl my first year. I mean, they
Yeah.
haven't been back, and stuff like that. But it all starts with that foundation. And I just learned that from being in New England, man. We didn't have the best talent, man, but we had the best foundation. And when you look at us over here at Pittsburgh, And why I chose it is because the foundation is here and the talent is here, you know, but you just have to take them strides and put it together. And once them strides come together, it's gonna be like, whoa, where did these guys come from? You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And it takes time. It's 17 games in a season. You know, you don't want to look, check this out. Last year I was what 3-0
Oh yeah, to
in
start out, yeah.
AFC, and I started off 3-0
That was
in
hot.
Miami,
That
and
was
then
hot. Yeah.
you know something happened. I mean, the injuries happened, and then boom, we went on a 5-game lose streak.
No.
This league changes quarter to quarter,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and stuff like that, and teams get better, you know, and stuff like that. 2 years ago, Cincinnati popped out, you know, and it's just what it is. It's the National Football League. All players is good, and we just got to continue to build, and we'll hit our strides at the right time. But long as the foundation is solid, you always got that opportunity, and that's why I admire about Pittsburgh, man. We have a great foundation here.
No, I like that right there, man. Now I want to get to the foundation of your, collegiate playing time, man. Because when I was doing my research on you, I saw you started out in the MEAC, man. Morgan State,
man.
bro. Talk to me, man. What got you all the way from Houston? Was it Port Arthur, Texas, to go all the way out to Morgan State, baby? What was going on, man?
Oh, it was crazy. So a lot of people, I tell the truth, man. A lot of people don't. They be like, "For real? Why would you say that?"
I'm like Morgan State,
I truly didn't even know that Morgan State was a HBCU.
What?
So I was a late
Okay.
recruit in high school. So with clearinghouse and all that.
Yeah.
So Morgan State, and that's why, man, I do whatever for Morgan State. Like Morgan State gave me the opportunity to not have to gray shirt and sit out a year. They gave me the opportunity to just come and ball for them.
Play.
And then I left after that and
went back to the crib.
Yeah, I went back to the crib. But Morgan State, I stayed fresh, man. I had a great season. I met some great people in the East Coast. My first time being in the East Coast and whatnot. I just didn't know they was a HBCU because I really didn't pay attention to HBCUs in the East Coast. Like, I knew Howard and Hampton was up there, but I'm from Houston in the Port Arthur area, so we know about the TSUs, what I'm saying, the Southerns, we know the South one, so that's the SWAC. I mean,
SWAC,
the SWAC conference. So I ain't really know too much about the MEAC and stuff like that. So that was the reason of why I was like, I got to Morgan State. They're like, get off the grass. Like,
it's different, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's different, man. I walked in the building. They made me take my hat off.
Take your hat off. Take your do-rag.
It was a different culture, man. But I respected it, and man, I tell anybody, man, my HBCU experience was like one of the best experiences that I had in college, man, and stuff like that, man. All my teachers, when I was at Morgan State, stayed on me, man. They pushed me and whatnot, and man, it was it was challenging, man, and stuff like that. But then, after that semester, I transferred in on full scholarship back to Houston.
Nah, respect on that. Yeah, like I said, man. Back where I'm from, we got Norfolk State, so that's our big MEAC.
Yeah, we played against Norfolk too. Yeah,
so when I see Morgan State, I'm like, whoa, okay, let's go, man.
We whooped them boys too.
Oh no, facts. Y'all go. They in fire, but the product ain't hitting for nothing. But the band gonna get you right though. The band gonna be fire.
The band was fire too. You low key want to watch the halftime show.
That's it. Just watch the halftime show. You don't care about the game now. Don't watch the game.
Nothing, man. Ain't nothing like them HBCU homecomings, man.
Oh, bro, off the chain.
Man, telling you.
Hey, can you talk to me about this dark grind mantra or motto that you have?
Yeah, dark grind. So basically, man, I came up with it because, when I transferred back to Houston, I was always kind of like, dang, man, like I tell people, man, I'm just what my goals are, why I grind so hard, why I stay focused. I didn't take no spring breaks in college. Like everybody be going to spring break. I'm like, man, I'm here. Like I'm locked in.
I'm working.
Let's
go.
Like you always and this and that other. And you'll try to explain it to people. You try to explain it to your mom, your dad, your significant other. They gonna support you. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, nobody understand that dark grind like you do. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, that's your grind. God made us all different. You know what I'm saying? So all you truly can do is have them to talk to. But when you going through that darkness or that grind, you in there alone. You know what I'm saying? And I've always felt like, it's never a light at the end of the tunnel, because God don't equip us. He don't like us to see that light, because when you start seeing that light, you start getting real complacent about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I call it the dark grind. You know what I'm saying? That's why I go by every day just with anything. And I tell people, what is your dark grind? My dark grind is right now with football. So when I start seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, that might mean it's time for me to hang my cleats up, and stuff like that. But right now, that tunnel dark.
I was about to say, don't start seeing no light right now. Nah, the way you
look,
you hitting folks on 4th and short at these goal lines, turn the lights off, man. If you see light, I'm gonna turn the light off for you, baby. All right, don't worry about no more light.
That tunnel dark.
Seriously,
and stuff like that. Trust me, it's no complacency in me right now, man. I'm trying to still get better each and day. That's why I really enjoy our coach AC, man, because he pushing me better in ways that I kind of might have not looked at the game and stuff like that, and that's what's good, man. Sometimes we're getting around other people that been taught in other ways, because you can just put it into your game and it complements it. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. See, a lot of us don't want to adapt or change, but sometimes that's good for you, because hey, man, this football, it changes every year. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, man, they just think way back, man. Used to run a wing tee. Right. Ain't nobody running that no more. Like,
little waggle to the flat. Come on, man.
Exactly. And you got to be able to adapt, man. You're going to adapt or die.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So, man, yeah, man, it's football, man, is if people really knew, man, how much football relates to life, I think they're respected a little bit more from that standpoint, and we ain't just hitting people, man. We got a lot to put in on this.
No, big facts. Now, it's no surprise that you've been doing all this type of stuff, and you got it like that. It's because you're part of that 6-round gang. You feel me? 6-rounder to a 6-rounder. I could just tell the energy is always right. Talk to me though about your NFL draft story though, man. Were you expecting to go in the 6th round, or was you like a lot of us other 6-rounders who thought we was going earlier than that, and we got surprised? Yeah.
Man, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know who was it. So, I knew I had dropped in the I'm just sitting there.
Wait, what?
Hold on. I know what on the first day, but then when I ain't go to second, I'm like, so look, the morning of the third, the morning of the third day, I get a call. It was Cleveland. Cleveland called me like, yeah, man, as soon as we start the draft, like, don't worry. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm I'm going to Cleveland. So I'm waiting, never wrong. And I'm telling you, when we played against Cleveland, I was a rookie. I hit Joe Thomas so hard, and it didn't even have nothing to do with him. I was hot.
It's the principle. Like, it's the principle.
Y'all didn't even have to call me if y'all wasn't going. They called me earlier that morning.
It's the pump fake. It's the pump fake, bro. Facts.
But man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. And 6 round. When Bill called me, it felt like I went first round.
What? Mama, we made it.
I wasn't even tripping. I'm telling you, man. And man, I'm not gonna lie, man. To this day, I still go back and I look at all the linebackers that been taken, that got taken before me, and it's not many still left.
Nope.
So sometimes I'm like, hey man, it wasn't for me to go early, man. It was where I went is where I should have been. And stuff like that. And sometimes you got to be where your feet are.
No.
You start worrying about others, man, to distract your vision and where God wants your sight to be at,
No.
So that's why, man, I look at a lot of this, man. I tell people, man, they, sometimes we get foggy with stuff that we want to see happen or however. Just know, man, stay consistent, man, and it's gonna happen how it's gonna happen, man.
No, you're absolutely right, 100%, man, 100%.
Wait, you said you were dropping you knew you were dropping. Would you have like a bad combine or something like that? What was the reason, or why did you know you were dropping down the draft?
No, I'm just saying, I expected to go early, but shoot, I was dropping,
He said, "What I'm saying,
I expect to drop, but you start seeing around corners I'm dropping right now." But I didn't have a back.
What was your projection?
And them numbers was right. Shoot, the numbers was right.
He said,
man.
I'm athlete. All right, put some respect on our athleticism.
Nah,
you see that?
I was a late. What was told to me was I was projected to go late second day, early third day. I went late third day, but I went, baby, so I wasn't tripping.
You still win, baby. You still win.
I still win, man.
Facts, man. I mean, like you talk about the situation you went into, literally your first 3 seasons, you go to the Super Bowl. You obviously win the first one versus the Falcons. Y'all drop the next year versus the Eagles, and then you come right back versus the Rams and get you another one. What was that experience like for you guys, man? Or for you specifically?
It was, that first one we won, man, it was crazy because I was a rookie, so I was just trying. Man, I had some great vets in my room. Man, I had Dante Hightower, Jamie Collins when I first got there. I had Rob Nikovic, man. I had Devin McCourty. Like, I couldn't have put myself around. Well, I couldn't have the opportunity to be around a better group of guys. You know what I'm saying? So they taught me the way.
Been around together for a while.
Oh my man, then been in big games, know how it go, and stuff like that, man. And it was just like you why certain coaches call on certain players when that moment that they need to play get called on. Like, man, I didn't see this man Dante Hightower just do his job. But when it was time to be like, hey, it's time to take it over, and a man go out there and destroy the game, and it wasn't that he was destroying it in a physical. He could physically destroy it, but his psyche, his mental was so tied in. Like, he was fishing you the whole game. He was just fishing, and he knew every time they didn't took the bait. You know what I'm saying? Like in the Super Bowl, man, when he got that strip sack, bro, he was fishing that play the entire game. A lot of people don't even know he didn't even supposed to go. Like, he was fishing, and he knew that in that situation, because we had hurt Telvin Coleman, and we got hurt with an ankle. So he was their best in pass protection. So when what's his name? Little four.
Was a running back?
Foreman, right?
He
was struggling in pass protection. So Dante was like, well, I know he's been struggling all year, so if I just rush him, he might just miss me. And he did it, and he missed him. And it was strip sack, changed the whole game. And it was just like, when you need them type of players, they wasn't doing stuff outside the scheme, but they were smart enough to know when to take their shots, and stuff like that. And just being around that, man, like, I tell people all the time I do an interview, man, I can't thank Dante Hightower enough, because if I didn't have that veteran as my OG, like, it's a lot of stuff I could have missed on, man. And he stayed on me. We was winning. We'll win Super Bowls. He'll be like, nah, man, we got da-da-da, like this and the other. Like, he was locked in, man. And he was always a great person to be around, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Chasing that excellence, man. I love that right there.
Exactly.
Now, even though we are a heavy Pittsburgh fan base, especially with this show, I am obligated to ask you this because I respect the heck out of it, even though it wasn't done here. But of them 2 Super Bowl rings, man, which one is your favorite and why?
My favorite one is the Rams.
Okay.
My favorite one is the Rams because, man, we just defensively dominated that game, man.
Facts.
We went in there and we said, y'all ain't running this ball.
Early, didn't do nothing. CJ
That's
Anderson,
all we heard about all week.
Yeah.
That's all we heard about all week. Them boys, when we got there, we pulled up to the Super Bowl. Them boys going out, enjoying it. So we locked in. Man, it was like a game week, man. You know how they say,
they say Super Bowl, you would cut up. That's what they say. You cut up out there, man.
And they say, get out. You got to enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
We felt like we've been in this moment too much. We good.
God.
Like, we didn't been there.
Man, why you gotta say it like that? Lord, he say we done been here too much.
Nah, that same team, we was together 3 years. Like, it wasn't a lot of change in the 3 years.
It wasn't though.
What? 1 year we added Steph Gilmore.
Yeah. He came over from the old stomping grounds up with Buffalo. Man, I still can't believe he went over there to y'all.
Yeah,
All right, that was personal. I'm sorry.
It was just like it never was a huge change. What I'm trying to say.
Respect.
You know, we lost our DC Matty Patricia, but shoot, Flo, it like I said, it wasn't big changes.
Yeah.
Like the foundation was still there. And we was ready, man. When I tell you, we got tired of hearing about CJ and Gurley the whole week. we was like, give him the ball. Go ahead, give him the ball. So that was my favorite because the defense just dominated it, man. And Tom brought us home, man.
I respect.
That's it.
You got any good Tom stories?
I mean, bro, I don't care what nobody say. Tom the GOAT. Hey, you feel
talk
how they
your
want to feel
talk your
Tom
talk.
Brady?
Talk your talk, man.
I'll take
He the
Big
GOAT,
Ben.
man.
Talk your talk.
He the GOAT. And people don't even know. They just be like, oh, Tom just this nice guy. Da, da, da. Yeah, he like Tom, like one of the best dudes you could be around. When it was time to play though, man, Tom the most ruthless competitive, like I didn't been around like here, man, I no lie. This my story. I was a rookie. So, I'm like, man, I don't know no better. So I get to, talking in practice a little bit. I'm talking to Tom like, yeah, Tom, I'm pick up. This man checked every play and came at me.
Oh.
Every play. Every play. And came at me. And I remember Hot Tower was like, see?
Yeah, just leave that one alone.
Shut your mouth.
No, yeah,
he was
leave
like,
that one alone.
Sometimes just leave it alone, man. just be quiet, man. That man checked because Tom kind of he was so smart. He could check into the right. He knew who he was in. Like, I mean, you could hear. They just run out. But like, oh, you gonna talk noise and I know what y'all in? Yeah. Man, this man started checking every beater. I'll be killing me, man. Man, I ain't told that man nothing since. Man, we played him last year in Miami. I ain't tell him nothing then. Don't come at me.
He say, no, it won't me. I don't care what you do here. It won't me. I ain't say nothing.
Look, I'm talking. Look, the running backs. I'm talking noise. Tom walk by, what up, baby? You good, Tom? Yes, sir. Don't come at me. Shoot, I've been down there. Been down that road.
Let's go.
No, sir. Y'all not even friends. Like he is shaking. Like I'm telling you, Tom, we whole teammates. This man shake, smile at you and everything. He get that ball in his hand. You just a person. Like that man will tell you apart. I'm telling you, man. People just don't know. Like that man, he coming. He coming.
Let's go.
Were you surprised he retired then?
No, I wasn't surprised.
You thought it was time?
I mean, I feel like he used to play, but I just feel like, man, how old Tom was?
He was like
45.
45, yeah.
Yeah, man, tired, man.
He keep joking about coming back. I'm just like, I low-key gotta believe you a little bit, cause
Oh, for real?
I've
been so locked in. I haven't even been watching.
No, you stay locked in. Let us do that part.
Stay in the dark grind.
You in the dark grind. Turn off all the lights. You ain't got no TV. Don't need no phone, no social, no nothing. All right, we do all that looking stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, every once in a while he keep joking about it. We like, all right, now. It's these some quarterbacks going down, man. Quarterbacks he going down. You get a call.
Yeah, Tom ain't coming. What they who? Hey, who got enough money to pay Tom right now? Ain't there? Tom ain't coming back. Tom good, man.
Well, we got our weekly correspondent, Terrence Garvin. He used to play in the league. I don't know if you know him, but he was bringing up the Dolphins about a month ago. He thought, if Tua went down, maybe he'd go to Miami.
I don't know, man. I don't think Tom come back. I'm not even gonna feed into it, man. I think he good, man.
Let's go.
Hey, I got a fan question here. This is from Q. He says, ask Elandon what the most important thing he's learned since coming in the league.
That no moment is bigger than the next one. Because you can have a big moment and then you can just poop out the rest.
Ain't that
they
true?
gonna forget about it.
No, that's true.
So if you're not steady trying to have the moments, then you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You just they'll be asking, man, whatever happened to that guy?
No, he flashed.
I remember this, but
flashed.
I never really seen him, man. You gotta steady, and sometimes moments is just doing your job, man.
No,
I got one more fan question here. Malachi Esposito, ask him if he thinks if Jesse James caught it.
Oh yeah, because that was not cool, man. That guy, I just want to let you know, we thought he caught it on our
Bro,
end.
you know that was a catch.
You know I'm gonna tell you now. He caught that ball, man.
Man, that ball.
He caught that ball. In
When I
2016,
played
your
in
first
New
year.
England?
Your first year.
Man, the ball hit the ground.
Man, stop saying that. You know he caught that ball, man. Don't do that.
Cross
That
the
man
goal
did not
line.
catch
Come on,
that ball.
A-Rod. You know he caught that
No.
pass, man. He caught that
he got to
pass.
control it to the ground,
That's
man.
crazy.
You played
some offense. I didn't see you catch
And
some
I caught
pass.
the ball.
You caught it the same way he caught it. It looked the same. It was a catch, right?
I walked in the end zone, man. He dropped his on the ground. You feel me? I adjusted and did what I need to do.
Oh,
I don't know what Jesse was doing, but tell him I appreciate it because he dropped it.
Yeah, that's crazy. All good. All good. Well, the last question we got for you, though, man, and we do, once again, man, appreciate you taking some time out, man. We know you, like you said, game week and stuff. Yeah, we still think about that. I was sad. I felt like that was my last
should have been the one
opportunities,
seed.
man.
Was that in the
one
AFC
seed
Championship game or that was the regular season?
That was the regular season one.
Yeah, I remember we played twice that year.
Yeah. Y'all kind of got at us the second time. No, we don't talk about that one. Don't worry about that one. Don't worry about that one. Yeah. We ain't bringing. Why you bringing up old stuff? We in the moment. Live in the moment, man. Come on, bro. Jeez, it's crazy.
I was just curious.
But anywho, man, before this interview goes left, all right, we do got to talk, baby. This last question I got, man. Every time, when a guy comes to the NFL, you have that moment where you realize, man, we ain't in college no more. We are not playing with, kids, man. This is the pros, the big leagues. We typically call it the welcome to the NFL moment. If you could, man, just talk about that moment for you, that welcome to the NFL moment when you finally realized, man, I'm here. We really in the big leagues now, baby.
I think it was my first start, man. I played against, it was Seattle. The Seattle Seahawks came to New England. That was my first time, officially being the starter. We had just traded away Jamie Collins my rookie year. And when I tell you, they did every motion, every beater, everything you could possibly do to me. I said, man, so you know how you be in the locker room and they say, man, they attack rookies because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know how to, they can't preach to you how to play this until it happens to you. Yeah. And man, Seattle pulled it all out on me, and yeah, man, a lot of people gotta, sometimes they welcome to the NFL kind of be a glorified story. No, mine was, it taught me that it's just not about knowing what you got to do. It's knowing about how they're trying to attack what you're doing, So, it just made it, to be honest, that game made me prepare different. It taught me what I was doing wasn't enough. It taught me that I didn't have all the answers, and stuff like that. And it made me prep better for games, It was, man, probably the worst NFL game I didn't play, man. I was terrible that game. Look, that was gonna be the first game that PFF was probably right.
Shout out. Let's go.
PFF
they probably would have had you rated high that game. You know how they do, man. They would have had you
matter of fact, I probably
rating,
scored
like,
A on that one.
That
was the worst game ever, and stuff like that. So, but nah, man. That was mine, man, and it just taught me that I needed to grow up fast. No. And me just being around great vets, like I just named, man, they helped me out, and I grew up fast, man. I was able to be a part of just being one of them guys to help us all 53 guys on that team achieve what we needed to achieve.
Man, respect to that thing right there, baby. Major respect. But once again, man, Landon, we definitely appreciate you, man, taking some time to hop on the show with us. We big supporters of you, man, so keep doing your thing out there on that field, baby. And get us another Lombardi, all right? Bring them good vibes here, all right?
Hey, man, that's the goal, man. That's the goal.
Let's go, man. Appreciate you again,
all right,
baby.
Peace, bro.
All right.